Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Saurabh Pol. Welcome to Pol Ke Bol. Today I'm going to talk about what is really causing all these layoffs. Is it artificial intelligence? You must have seen in recent times that Amazon has let go of 14,000 people. IBM has let go of 8,000 people. And so many other companies are straight up laying off people, not in the hundreds, but in the thousands, right? TCS also did that, I think, a few months ago, right? And this is causing a lot of commotion. This is causing a lot of nervousness to a lot of people. And many people are saying, and by people, I mean even journalists and tech experts, they're like, it's artificial intelligence, it's AI. It has to be AI. There cannot be anything else, right? And they start correlating it by saying that, hey, ChatGPT was launched in 2022. And ever since then, all these companies have reduced hiring. They've changed their culture completely. And as you can see, they're focusing on profitability. They're reducing their headcount. And this is a sign of things to come. And let me get this straight, right? And I have like enough experience in this. I have been working very closely, following this very closely also. And I also speak with folks who are in human resources and all, right? People who are in decision making capacity. And let me tell you very frankly, AI will take away your future opportunities in terms of in terms of big companies. Okay, companies that currently need like 10,000 people, tomorrow they're going to need 5,000 people. Akash, yes, this is life. Okay, and basically because जिस काम के लिए 3 लोग लगते थे अभी एक आदमी से हो रहा है. Okay, that is the reality. That is what AI does. It genuinely makes it efficient. Okay, it makes any organization efficient provided they know how to use it. Now that is why people are like, oh, because this happens, because earlier you needed 3 people, now you need only 1 person, we are going to fire 2 people. But that is not how decisions are made in corporate, right? Any CEO will first think, okay, this does not mean I need only 1 person, because I need what they're going to simply think is, now I'm going to triple the amount of work that I'm going to do. Correct? Earlier, if the output was 10, they're going to be like, now the output is going to be 30. पहले एक आदमी 10 आउटपुट करता था, अभी 3 लोग 30 करेंगे. मतलब more than that, वही आदमी 30 करे, because it has tripled. You need less time to do the same things. CEOs don't think that way कि यार मैंने लोगों को हटा दिया तो ये हो जाएगा. उनको आउटपुट हर साल बढ़ाना होता है, right? So while keeping the same number of people, because if you reduce the number of people, even morale takes a deep hit. Hiring becomes even tougher, right? So these things really matter. CEOs don't wake up one day and like, ha, I'm just gonna fire people. This has a lot of consideration that they are taking in. And especially in the tech sector in the last couple of years, I'll tell you basically, you know, what has happened is there was something called as ZIRP, zero interest rate phenomena. Okay, which was like in the US, if a company or any business wanted to take a loan, it was available at a very negligible rate. It was almost zero, right? So the cost of capital was very low. So anyone could take loans, take debt, and take that money and put it in the system. They could invest, they could buy, they could just use it for operations, anything. So there was a lot of money in the system. So what it meant was that many these companies could afford to pay a lot of people, hire a lot of people, way more than they could have or should have, rather. Now in 2022, what happened is the Federal Reserve in the US realized that, hey, inflation is very high because there's a lot of money in the system. We need to reduce it. And they basically they basically increased the rates, right? They increased the rates and kept increasing the rates. And because of that, they wanted to reduce inflation. So they were like, बहुत हो गया, zero interest rate. अभी हम थोड़ा टफ करेंगे आपका लोन वोन लेना वगैरह. The cost of capital increased. So companies suddenly realize, oh shit, this has an overall effect where I can take less, I can make less because of this, and now fewer people are going to purchase our products because people are going to earn less because we are going to hire less. Correct? So वो एक पूरा cycle रहता है वो. Interest rates are very important, and even today, President Donald Trump wants Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve of the United States of America, to cut rates. He's been asking him to cut rates for years now, और वो ज़्यादा कर नहीं रहा है. ठीक है? So what has happened is companies have realized कि यार हमारे पास इतना free का पैसा है नहीं, और एटलीस्ट सस्ता पैसा है नहीं. We are going to let go of people. That is the main reason. Okay, there was extreme overhiring from 2020 till 2022. Okay, people were just like all companies. This is not just in the US, right? Across in Europe, in US, in India, in China, people were just being hired for no reason. Okay, a very simple example being Amazon had in 2020, it had around 500,000 people across the globe, and within 3 years, okay, within 3 to 4 years, these people reached 1.5 million people. Okay, 1.6 million at one point of time. So imagine a company growing triple in just matter of 2 to 3 years. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. What is happening right now with all these tech companies is that they are cutting the fat, as they call it. ठीक है, वो लोग बेसिकली दे आर लाइक कि हमने जो गलतियां की थी 4 5 साल पहले हम उसको सीधा कर रहे हैं. हम जो लोग हमको गरज नहीं हम उनको निकाल रहे हैं. Basically, that is exactly what they're doing. And very smartly, what they are seeing. But here's the thing, right? As I said, if you fire people, your investors are like, कुछ तो खराब है, share, इसका share बेच दो. So their job is to ensure that the share price is high. So what they are saying is, oh, it's not actually the fact that, we overhired or we are correcting a mistake. What is happening is we are utilizing artificial intelligence. We are using it so that we have, better efficiencies. We are becoming a more leaner, meaner organization, and हमारा productivity बढ़ने वाला है. वो लोग AI की बहती गंगा में हाथ धो रहे हैं, and they are letting go of people. And I'm not talking about the big companies, like almost all companies, right? They are the ones that are laying off people. Oh, AI efficiencies, this and that. And as of now, I genuinely do not believe AI has reached that level where it can cause thousands of layoffs. I can totally see AI causing like hundreds of layoffs, but not thousands of layoffs, right? It hasn't devoured any industry in particular, but it will very soon, but not yet. Okay. I do not think the BPO industry is surviving this, like at least in its current form. Right? ये जो call centers and customer support वाला है, it is going to, change from L1 and L2 questions to L3 and L4 and L5 level questions. Like tougher and tougher questions are going to be answered by humans because the easier questions are going to be answered by bots. Okay. So, and that is where it's at right now. So if you are saying that, oh, software engineers are being fired because of AI, that's bullshit. Okay. All these companies overhired and they are just correcting it right now. सस्ता पैसा कम हो गया है या खत्म हो गया है, and they have overhired. They're correcting it right now. And on top of it, there is one thing which they have realized, because they have overhired, they have lost control of the organizations, in the sense that there are too many layers now. And I keep repeating this in many videos, but that is the reality. There are too many layers. They realize यार एक आदमी के अंडर 500 लोग हैं, एक आदमी के अंडर 25 लोग हैं. ये आदमी कर क्या रहा है? कुछ नहीं कर रहा है, बस नीचे लोगों को मैनेज कर रहा है. Managers managing managers managing managers. That is the reality. And this was what, even Meta, which was one of the first companies to lay people off a few years ago, was someone who realized this, and they're like, we need to cut this off, which is why middle managers are being let go. So why middle managers? Why not top level managers? Why not low level managers? Why only middle managers are being let go? Purely because middle managers do not have technical skills that are as advanced as low level managers, because, or at least lower level employees, entry level employees, because they're actually executing stuff. So they have the most cutting edge knowledge of things. Top level folks, they are strategy, and they're very few in number. Okay. So they actually make more than enough to cover their salary. But middle managers are like, yeah, Kalko, if I have to move my company into another direction, will a middle manager be useful? Or is he, or his skill or her skill is only to manage other people? What technology knowledge do these people have? Are they agile? Can I really train them into into new things? They don't think so. Okay. And I'll give you a very simple example, right? Like you must be like, हाँ ये तो खुद का ओपिनियन है, AI वेआई के बारे में बात कर रहा है, AI की वजह से जा रहा है, मुझे पता है. Let's go and listen to, let's get it from the horse's mouth. Andy Jassy is the CEO of Amazon. Okay, this is what he had to say about the layoffs that happened over there, right? And let me go over here. And here you go. Amazon layoffs. CEO Andy Jassy says 14,000 job cuts, not because of AI. He is fixing company culture. Amazon is cutting 14,000 jobs to become leaner and faster. He says the move is about culture, not AI or cost cutting, signaling a shift back to its startup roots. All right. Um, this is exactly what he is saying. He's saying that Amazon needs to feel less like a corporate behemoth and more like a scrappy startup it once was. On Amazon's quarterly earnings calls, Jassy made it clear that the decision was driven by philosophy, not panic. Correct? So that is extremely important and you need to understand that कि market में क्या हो रहा है. AI बोल के doomerism नहीं कर सकते आप. You get me? And he said that the announcement of layoffs made a few days ago was not really financially driven. It was not even AI driven, not right now at least. He said it's culture, right? What he's saying is a giant company can't afford to move slowly in an era that's moving faster than ever. He's saying the company's corporate headcount, which tripled between 2017 and 2022, ballooned during its pandemic fueled expansion. The growth, Jassy now admits, has come at a cost. So these people, as I said, they overhired. It's not even funny. And they are like, okay, we don't know what to do with this. We need to let people go. He says that there are too many layers of management have crept in, slowing decisions and stifling initiative. He said the layoffs are designed to restore the nimbleness and ownership that defined Amazon's scrappy early days. What this clearly means is like ownership का मतलब क्या है भाई तुम काम करो तुम सिर्फ मैनेज नहीं करो मैनेजमेंट वगैरह हो गया हम करेंगे मैनेजमेंट you deliver you need to become an individual contributor you need to actually know technical stuff you need to execute on a whim यू कांट जस्ट बी लाइक कि मैंने अपडेट ले लिया आपको अपडेट ऊपर ले लिया पोस्टमैन वाला काम नहीं चाहिए इनको दैट यूज टू हैपन क्वाइट अ लॉट एंड नाउ दे आर रिड्यूसिंग इट right if you work in any large Indian corporation you know there is a lot of postman giri that happens इधर से इधर उधर से उधर इधर से उधर बस ऊपर से नीचे साइड से लेफ्ट राइट टू लेफ्ट that's what happens for a lot of people and let me also be very honest it's needed because these companies they have a life of their own they have a culture of their own and they're extremely complicated and any person who can navigate these complicated halls is a valuable person sometimes your job is to just ensure others people do their job correct but all your advanced economies they don't believe in that and they definitely with the advent of AI they are like now to abhi to hum to ye risks le nahi sakte we can't have dead weight amongst us basically we can't have people who are not going to directly contribute to revenue or at least reduce costs right so that is what he's saying. There have been 20,000 corporate layoffs since 2023 from Amazon. So they're definitely saying that there are investments in AI and logistics, and they use a lot of robotics, by the way. But he says he wants to give people more ownership and accountability, and use basically he's repeating stuff, right? He's saying it is important to be lean, flat, and fast moving. That's what we are going to do, right? So that's exactly what I was also alluding to, and it's important you hear these things from the horse's mouth, right? Do not think that because of AI everything is gone to hell. No, that's not true. AI is in its early stages, and you need to treat it like what it is, a tool, a very useful and important tool, right? So I would highly recommend that you keep your eyes and ears open, train yourself in AI, and just do not, fall behind in this, right? So, what is actually causing a layoff is the fact that if you do not have any technical skills, you need to have very specific skills. Now, the founder of Palantir, one of the most advanced, technology companies in the world, the founder's name is Alex Karp, and he said recently, just yesterday, he even if you are a Yale graduate, okay, one of the smartest people in the world, right? The Yale graduates. And they're young, energetic, incredibly driven. Now, these people, he's saying, I won't hire you just because you're from Yale. I'll hire you if you have any specific skill. If you really know how to do what and you use technology to achieve these goals, only then will I hire you. You get me? So what they want is for people, and what they have realized, the top management has realized, is that AI is a great equalizer. So it is your job as a normal worker, as someone who's a manager or an entry level guy, team lead, whatever you are, you should be ready with AI based skills. You should know exactly what your company wants, and you should be like, ki, mujhe, even if you don't have AI skills, it's okay. Within your company you should be like, this is what I am known for, this is what I do. Okay, मुझे ये आता है जो और किसी को नहीं आता, या फिर मैं सबसे बेस्ट हूँ इस चीज में. Find your niche, take ownership of it. Okay, and definitely don't take ownership for note taking and stuff like that, which is anyway being automated by AI. Okay, take ownership for stuff where you need to use your brain a little bit, in fact quite a bit, Because if you don't, if it's a repetitive hand and feet job, it's going to be automated in the next 2 years. They do not want people who cannot be trained. So keep training, because they have realized the future is agile, and their companies also need to be that way. So their people also need to be that way. As simple as that. Okay. तो अगर आप young हो, if you have started out, or even if you are like me, you're in your 30s and you have many years of experience with you, please understand that it is our duty to genuinely train ourselves with the latest technology, because I do not see a single industry that is not going to be touched by technology. Okay. And it is not, and I'm saying AI is not causing these layoffs, not as of now. There has been overhiring. People were overpaid. I keep saying it, especially in the software sector. उनके ऊपर बस 4-4 लाख रुपए जिनका मतलब साल का सैलरी था, उनको 16 लाख पे हायर किया गया. What do you think was going to happen? What do you think was going to happen? People with not even 16 months of experience were earning 16 lakhs a year. They started conversations by like 200% hike. That is my starting offer. उसके आगे मेरे को बात ही नहीं करने का, अगर उसके नीचे आप ऑफर कर रहे हो तो. And they had 3-4 such offers competing. Everyone had lost their damn mind. And right now what's happening is an overcorrection. Okay. Or a correction, the way you see it. Okay. So keep that in mind. And that is the reality about layoffs that are happening, right? Both in India, I would say, and outside of India, definitely. The layoffs that are happening is genuinely because companies are like, bro, we have too many people. We don't know what to do with them. If we can't train, because that's what TCS also said, that if we could retrain these people, we would have kept them. But many of them, we cannot retrain, right? That's their exact words that they use, right? So and we don't know the internal workings of any company. We can only rely on the external statements they put out. So keep that in mind. Be someone who can be trained. Okay. If you can't be trained, you're done for. Okay. That is the reality. So I'll take some questions. There are quite a few of you live over here. I've gone live after quite a while. So welcome again, folks, to Bol Ke Bol. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're old, you have subscribed, please hit the bell icon and share it with your friends. I think we're at 1,742 subscribers. We would love to go to 10,000 subscribers soon. I think this community deserves to be larger. I think, we discuss some good stuff over here. So I'll start answering questions. You can ask me about anything. I'm live. Akshat Bhatt is like, can retail investors come together and short sell AI stocks? Which AI stocks are you talking about, Akshat Bhatt? Like which ones are you talking about? The open AI ones? Those are the ones. Like I know about OpenAI being one of them. There are some data centers in India which have done their IPO. Why do you want to short sell AI stocks? Firstly, ये long and short and all ये movie देख के मत किया करो, ठीक है? फट के चार हो जाएगी. I know friends who have lost lakhs of rupees in all this. ठीक है? ये मस्ती लगता है तुमको, है नहीं. Okay? If you have lost money in options trading, please put it in the chat. It's okay. You don't have to feel shame. I have friends and family who have lost money in that. Okay. So just so that people understand. And why do you want to short these AI stocks? Let me tell you okay, there is it's a bit frothy. Okay. I mean, Akshat is also asking like, are AI companies making any profit? Okay. So AI companies currently, they're not making any profit. Especially like only on based on their AI based businesses, right? If you look at OpenAI, if you look at XAI, I don't think any of them are making profits. In fact, like OpenAI had like a few $1 billion worth of losses this year. But please understand, Amazon made losses for years and years and years until they turned a profit. And then from there, they never looked back. These companies, what they are doing, guys, is they are setting up the base, they're setting up the infrastructure for the future. Okay. And they have their respective governments behind them, with them, for them. Because all these governments realize that the future, because this thing can be weaponized like this. It's already being weaponized, by the way. All these drones and robots that you see, their software is going to be AI. Okay, these things are going to be autonomous. The future of warfare is AI. They're not going to let these companies fall. I promise you. They're not going to let these companies fall. They're just not, right? So if you're thinking of shorting them, like use all your research and do it. But I wouldn't do it because I lack the skills. But I'm telling you, there will be a few winners. Google is definitely going to be one of them. Microsoft is going to be a winner in this whole thing. I definitely see Anthropic being a winner in this whole thing. Because Anthropic is more B2B than B2C. They're more enterprise, but still, everyone has a part of the market they're going after. Okay? Even in cloud, if you see, there are multiple tech companies out there. So for AI also, it's going to be like that. And this is just the US that we are talking about, right? So yeah, and these guys are in the dude. Like, okay, very simple question, right? For AI, you remember 15 years ago, like it's what, 2025? Yeah, 12, 13, 12, 13, 10 years ago, okay, a decade ago. All these food delivery apps had come over in India, right? At least urban India. And what they were doing is that they were like, 150 रुपए का बिरयानी है, हम आपको ये बिरयानी देंगे 100 रुपए में, आप कैशबैक कीजिए, यूज कीजिए, आपको 50 रुपए और ऑफ मिलेगा। ठीक है, सो लिटरली 150 का बिरयानी 50 रुपए में मिलता था। टुडे द सेम 150 का बिरयानी इज प्राइस्ड एट 250 एंड देन यू गेट 50 रुपीज ऑफ एंड 200 रुपए में खरीद रहे हो 150 का बिरयानी। Okay, what they did was, and there's nothing you can do about it, because there is no way in hell are you now going to call a restaurant and be like, hey, can you please send over like one chicken biryani? And he's like, हाँ लड़का भेज दूंगा. And he's like, हाँ भेजा क्या भैया, भेजा क्या भैया, वो फोन नहीं उठा रहा है, 1-1.5 घंटे बाद आ रहा है. That's not going to happen, because now they have a new system. Even these companies like Zomato and Swiggy, while they may not be that profitable, they are definitely a part of your life, and they're not going away. By the way, they're not going away. They have got us in a way that we can't get out of. It's called behavioral change, a behavioral lock-in. And same thing is going to happen with AI. They're going to be so ingrained in our system, and once they capture enough of the market, they're going to start charging money, and then their profitability will increase. So that is not exactly a problem. So keep that in mind. But they are not causing layoffs right now. I assure you, they are not. In fact, I was reading about this article where it said that IBM let go of 8,000 people and they rehired many of those people because they were like, oh, we need these people to implement AI. Okay. So AI implementation is also not a joke, especially in enterprises. Okay. It is not simple. So that is what I will say. Anyway, that was enough on AI. I think every day, every damn video is about AI. But I think we are surrounded by it. Last night they launched ChatGPT 5.1. I think it talks a lot. It's very talkative, but it's effective, is what I would say. If you like my answers, please hit like. Helps with the algorithm. Any questions? Any other questions? It could be about anything. Your career, news, what's happening, Bihar elections. I don't know what's happening in Bihar elections. I think the NDA should win. I don't know. But that's what I've been seeing. That the NDA will most likely win. The people will give the JDU plus friends another win, and yeah, that's the thing. Other than that, what else is happening? I'll wait for a couple of minutes. If there are any questions, please put it in the chat. Looking forward to them. Any questions, folks? So many of you are live. You can put it in the chat. I can answer any question that you throw my way. Hey, Rohini Subramaniam, it's been a long time. Yeah. After a long time, hope you're doing good. Yes. Don't you think these companies should have rationally hired in the first place? That is absolutely a brilliant question, Rohini. Yes. The reason is they did not rationally hire in the first place is because nobody knew what was going to happen during the lockdowns, right? Nobody knew that we would be out and about in 2 years flat. Think about it, right? Like, at least India was so particular. We still stayed inside for 24 months. There were other parts of the world that were out and about within a year, year and a half. Like, nothing had ever happened, right? Of course, it took some time for people to, get back on track. But many people thought, hey, this is going to last for 5 years. This may even last for a decade. Who knows? Everyone had lost their damn minds, right? Everyone had lost their damn minds. By everyone, I mean the people, the governments, the companies, the customers, the doctors, the politicians. Everyone had lost their minds, I would say, right? So in that scenario, they thought might as well overhire than underhire, because if you underhire, then your competition takes up so much of the market, you will never be able to get it back. Okay, it's as simple as that. So that is why they were like, we'll overhire, बाद में अगर ज़्यादा पड़ गया निकाल देंगे लोगों को. What do you think is happening now? फिर भी they waited quite a while, by the way. फिर भी they waited quite a while. However, even if you look at the trends, they haven't removed everyone they hired. They're removing only 10-20% of the people they hired at that in that period. They are not removed. So net, they have doubled and tripled since 2017 and 2020. Overall, if anyone accuses them कि अरे you're not hiring people, they are. As I said, Amazon has tripled their hiring from 2017 to 2022. Tripled. 5 साल में triple हो गया. That's insane. So that's the whole thing. That's the logic behind not having a logic while hiring, right? Vinayak Singh is like, will MBA be worth it 5 years down the line according to you? 110%. यार ये सब है ना कामत वामत जो बोलता है ना ये जेरोदा वेरोदा के, यार इनकी बातें मत सुना करो, ठीक है? इन्होंने हजारों करोड़ों कमा रखे हैं, ठीक है? इनको घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है ये लोग क्या करें अपनी लाइफ में, ये बस ज्ञान पेलने आ जाते हैं. So while I have a lot of respect for them, I think that's a very stupid opinion. Okay, which I think one of the Kamat sport. I don't know who's who. But yeah, a lot of people ask this question that is then MBA going to be worth it 5 years down the line? Very simple. As I've always maintained, if you are an MBA from a top 25, top 20 to top 25 institute, yes, it will be worth it. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Even today, anything below a top 25 is not really that much of a value add. Okay, it won't take you substantially ahead. It will help you, but it won't be like, wow, it changed my life. Like my MBA changed my life because I did it from a very good college, right? So I did it from Jamnalal Bajaj. I mean, it changed my life for the better, right? And and also the others who are part of my batch, right? So if you want to do your MBA, do it from a premier institute. Otherwise, think a little bit, right? And I thought personally, and 5 years down the line, as I said, it's that there is an engineerification of the MBA because हर सड़क पे MBA college खुल रहा है, हर corner पे MBA college खुल रहा है. You know, that's the challenge. But in India, many HRs and many companies are like, if you don't have an MBA, we won't even let you sit for our interview process. So it becomes an exclusion criteria. So घूम फिर के आपको MBA करना ही पड़ता है. You know, in some cases, I am not in favor of that though. I'm like, yeah, you might as well earn proper work experience, do well in your job, and then keep jumping. You know, as and where you think it's good for you. You know, and wherever you are hired. So yeah. Good question, Vinayak. Great one, Rohini. Fantastic questions. Any more questions? Karthik, for some reason, has retracted his message. I don't know why. But any other questions, folks, you can ask me about anything. I'm live after a long time. I'm feeling good. I can answer. This is just water. Huh? मतलब ऐसा पी के नहीं बैठा मैं. Although I should do a drunk AMA once. Let me know. Let me know any questions. Okay. Shivendra Ghorpade is like, according to you, who should win the Bihar elections and why? Um, I'm not from Bihar. I'm from Maharashtra, and I honestly feel मेरा जो knowledge है वो मतलब superficial है. But I would say I kind of believe in that double engine sarkar logic where it's like कि यार if in the center and state you have the same governments, it's easier. Plus they cannot say अरे इसने हमको रोका उसने हमको रोका, oh this one blocked me, that one blocked me. That is why development नहीं हुआ. And I think Bihar anyway needs a lot of state support. So I think an NDA government should help them, theoretically speaking. That is my, superficial knowledge-based opinion. That's my thing. Rohini is asking, do you think the AI effect would be seen 20 years from now like the internet? 100%. 10 years down the line, you will see it. The biggest impact of AI will be, I would say, in robotics. Please understand what is happening is in the West, they don't have working professionals. Okay? In fact, most of the world does not have working professionals. They don't have the people. Population ही नहीं है. ठीक है? Yeah, you have Indians working in the farms of Italy. You have Indians working across the world because we are the only population which is so populous, only nation that is so populous, we can't generate employment. So we are going around advertising them कि भाई आपके यहाँ पे हमारे लोगों को बुला लो, वो काम कर लेंगे. And they are also like हाँ हाँ भेजो भेजो. Okay. So because they're like, we are not having kids. And when you don't have kids, you have very few people to do the jobs that are needed to be done. And older people cannot be taken care of. So they are going for robots. And robots are going to be powered by AI. Robotic autonomy is only possible with artificial intelligence. Okay, that's the current argument. So based on that, by the way, the country which is the most advanced in robotics today is China, and then it is the US. Okay, of course, like US, maybe you have XAI, which is like your Elon Musk ka company, which has like robotics make them ghus gaye wo log, and they have Tesla, which is also like quite autonomous. So AI's impact will be totally seen, just 5 to 10 years down the line. Like it will have changed our world. By the way, folks, I don't know if you know this. um, I was reading about this. Blinkit has actually, according to some reports, started drone deliveries in trial phases, in beta phases, in some colonies in Bangalore and Gurgaon. Okay. So this is happening in India also. It's just that it hasn't scaled yet. And I personally feel because of our incredibly populous situation, I don't think they are going to let robotics really take charge in India. They're not for at least another decade. But the rest of the world, when we will travel, we will see this. Robotics is going to take over, and obviously the driving force behind robotics to make it practical, usable, and scalable is going to be artificial intelligence. So yeah, good question again, Rohini. Amazing questions as always. I think you asked some of the best questions on the channel. So folks, if you're liking the answers, please hit the like button. ऐसा मतलब algorithm को अच्छा लगता है. And yeah, any more questions, folks? Any more questions? We are past the half an hour mark. And yeah, please. Recently, I put up some videos about like why Zoran Mamdani won the New York mayoral elections. Please check out that video. I'm very proud of that video. It's a 40-minute video. It has only 150 views, but I think it's a great video. I personally feel because it really analyzes why he won, and it's not only about Zoran Mamdani. It's about the future of politics and the future of culture in the United States and the West, which is bound to impact India and the rest of the world, obviously, right? So it's a great topic. That topic about why Zoran Mamdani has won and why young people support him so much. Any more questions, folks? You can just put it in the chat. I'll answer them. Right, folks. If no more questions in the next 30 to 60 seconds, I'll drop off. Okay, whatever. Okay, you can even tell me like if you want a video on any topic, and I can probably put it in there. I'll work on it. Godwin is like, hi, need job in data analysis. I'm an MCA fourth sem. Is it good to do data analysis? Yeah, 100% data. Data scientists I know are some people who are extremely high in demand. I don't know about data analysis because I think AI is definitely going to take over data analysis, the low level work at least, but interpreting that data and converting that data into actionable insights is something which you need to be working on, right? So yeah, definitely go after that, how to practically use the data. And if you're a data scientist, nothing like it. Those guys are in mad demand, I'm telling you. Cool. Okay. Shavendra Ghorpade is like, what will be your suggestions to me who's doing an MBA in marketing management from IGNO and living in tier 3 semi-urban city? Start working as soon as possible, bro. Um, hey, sorry. So what you need to do is basically whatever you're doing, your MBA, your marketing management, or whatever degree you're doing, get practical experience. Start working. Do these offline internships. Do part-time internships. Okay. Do full-time internships. I don't care. You know, but do internships if no one is giving you a job. Work for free as an intern for at least 1 or 2 months, not more than that. Then you're being exploited. But do get work experience under your belt, because then you will have some skills, some context, something to talk about. You won't be just reliant on uh, bookish knowledge. Okay. Especially marketing. I'm in marketing. I can tell you it's practical knowledge trumps like theoretical any given time, like any given time. So go for it. Most likely you'll get a sales job, but anything to start working, because nothing beats work experience. ये AC रूम में बैठ के पढ़ाई करने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. Get work experience, start working. Success begets success. So keep just at it. Okay. That is how it will work out for you. But आप बैठे रहोगे, जॉब आएगा कुछ नहीं आएगा. You and honestly, tier 3 semi urban city में opportunities after a point are not going to be there. So be mentally prepared that you might have to move out. Okay. So that is my honest advice. Anyway, I think I can hear my wife, so I need to head off. And yeah, I need to go to sleep. This was a great live session. Thank you so much, folks. If you have any more questions, put in the comment section. I'll definitely answer them.